Here we go. Larry and Steve. Mark can't make it. Walker's getting ready to get in his lift to come fly.
Oh, okay. So he's
home. Yeah, he's
lift to the airport, then back home.
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing. I think he's expected home around 9 o'clock.
Okay, that's not bad.
So yeah, it's not bad at all. I can't wait to see him, as you know.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Anyway, good job on the Flames. I was telling Steve in the green room. We do that.
Yes.
It's so soothing, man. That's why we're pals, right?
Yeah.
You have to be men of a certain age. You're like, you know,
appreciate
I don't need the random boobies anymore, right?
Yes, exactly. I've reading the chat for the past few weeks and just saying like, hey, random boobs. And I'm like, yeah, probably not the best play. So
it wasn't worth getting all upset about, but
yeah.
It's actually kind of like, I know Hector was kind of treating it like, secret toy surprise.
Oh yeah.
He might not have been listening to us because he's like, is it boobs yet? Nah.
Yes. No. Exactly. Well, the interesting part is those Blu-rays, those ones that I can't think what they're Drive-In Delirium. I have like the whole set of them, like everyone they've ever produced, and
of course you do.
Yeah, but the beauty of them is that I've had them for years, 2-3 years maybe. I can still put them on and I can stop, watch it, and be like, I've never seen this movie before. What the hell movie is this? And how is that even possible after like something you've and I guess the other reason is these are like, it's like background stuff, right? So like I'm never sitting and watching it straight through.
That's what I was gonna say.
Like, so I always
catch it. Always to it.
So I always catch it at different points and stuff. So
yeah. Or I'm not gonna put it past her, but Lauren might come in and like swap them out on you every once in a while.
That's true, possible.
Like it's every 2 years. She's like, he thinks he knows what's going on. Here's some secret thing.
Exactly.
Speaking of that, I learned a new thing today. Can I tell you?
Of course.
You're going to be so proud of me because, as you know, I don't have an office bearing. Like I would just so office supplies are kind of beyond me. But Mimi is she's very excited about recycling toner cartridges.
Okay, sure. Like, I mean, I used to do that in the office. That was like something that I always.
Just throw it out. It doesn't go on the blue thing because it got chemicals. All right, you know what? This is the one thing. I'll figure this out.
Right.
So you open up the box and they have the little prepaid label.
Oh, yeah.
And it's easy, right? So even me, I got nothing to say about it. Whatever. I'll drop it off at the post office next time I'm there.
Right.
But I don't have to deal with this very often because, a toner cartridge lasts me a little while unless I'm working on comics.
Yeah, I mean, how often are you blowing through those?
Well, now I am, right? Because I have Walker's book that he's going to have for San Diego.
Right.
I have the art book that I'm going to do for my collection.
Oh, the archive. I like that.
I might call it that. I was going to call it the Larry Young collection, but like the archive sounds like a little cooler.
Whatever.
I don't know. Whatever.
I know what it is, though. Yes.
But like, so I'm doing that, and Christmas is coming, so I got my stuff going on. I was making a thing for Price. I'm collecting all his Medium articles when I don't have anything to do.
Oh, that's awesome.
So we will accidentally have a book by the end of, without the deadline panic, right?
Yes.
So I, in the fullness of time, I have to get a toner cartridge. Well, last time I did it, I got into a crazy argument with a postal lady. Which is a big deal to me personally, because my aunt, she was the postmaster for 03603. So like I have very much respect for the post office.
For sure.
30 years of publishing, they only lost one package of all the shit that I had sent. Only one, and even then they found it after like a couple of months.
Okay, that's all.
So like, God bless the post office. So when somebody starts yelling at me, it takes a while. Right. But anyway, this woman is like, all I want to do is like, here you go. Here's the prepaid label. No, we don't ship those. And I was like, what? Of course you do. I've done this a million times. No, right. we don't ship those. And I'm like, I should have just said, tell me the story. But I started arguing with her. I'm like, I've done this a million times. You have shipped them in the past. And finally I say, what is different now that you don't take these?
Right.
And she goes, they don't pay their bills. I was like, what?
That's not on you or me or like.
And so the post office with Trump, apparently, he got his post office buddy. They're looking at all this stuff, and like, apparently, people were sending all kinds of junk with brothers labels because they thought it was funny, right?
Oh, interesting.
And
Okay.
so brother went, hey, when we figure this out, we'll swap up, but we're not paying for people sending us their trash and empty cans and love notes, and come on.
Okay.
And the post office is like, we don't care what's in the box. You said you had to pay for it.
Right.
And so brother went, okay, but so this woman found out all of that in the middle, right? And so brother went, okay, we're not doing prepaid labels in the box anymore, but we will pay for the legit ones, but you have to go to our website, you have to put in your address.
Oh, and then you got to get a separate label and all that.
And then print your own goddamn label. And so once I figured all that out, I was like, fine. And so I did that today, but I opened the new thing and there's no label. And I'm telling you, because you love ChatGPT.
Yeah.
And so I finally went, I'm not going to try to go to their website and say, hey, ChatGPT, why isn't brother doing recycling on their toner? And that's where I got all that information. ChatGPT is like, yo, brother, sending old jam jars to him. And I was like, well, ChatGPT, thanks very much. And they walked me through everything, and I went to brother, and I just printed out my own label. And now whenever I want, since I only buy one kind of toner.
Right. You have the label, just reuse the label.
No, well, you can't do that. They make a big deal.
Okay.
But I'm in the SISM. So all I have to do now is just like click print label, and it'll generate its own. I have to put in the serial number every time, which is letters and numbers, and it's 14 characters long. So I'm like, man, I hate doing other people's jobs for them, but this is going to make my wife happy. And I found out all the shit, and so I'll type in the
talk to the robot, and the robot helped. See, it's a slippery slope, man.
So now I feel kind of good. No, thank God Chris found that. I'm in the SISM.
I love it.
Anyway, next time, you know what? Because of that, next time I'm going to wear my full-on Michael Pena PIM security thing.
With the hat,
with a hat and everything to go to Office Depot and just like walk around and hope nothing bad happens, because that's a legit badge. Oh my God, that badge.
I was gonna say, where's there an Office Depot in your neck of the woods? Is there still one out there?
Yeah, it's Geary and Arguello. It doesn't look like an Office Depot. It has a sign.
Geary and Arguello. Oh yeah. No, that's gone. No, that is still there. Or is that gone? It looks
gone. It's still there, but the big building that used to be the whole giant Office Depot is now half, and half of it is some kind of like Starlight medical lab thing. So I'm sure they're growing clones in there.
I know exactly where it is. It has its own parking lot.
It does.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, I know exactly. Okay, that's funny.
In fact, every time I go there, I park in the same spot, even though it's exactly opposite from where the most efficient way to walk down there, because it looks like Highlander. And I park there all the time, and I get out and I pretend like I'm dragging my katana across.
That was always the cool thing when I worked at the Best Buy for a hot minute, when I worked on the Best Buy on Geary, which is gone now. I think there's a Target there now. But I would always park on the at the upper deck. So it was actually you were essentially parking on top of the Best Buy building, and it was so cool because you were so damn high in the city that it was like a unique view that you really don't get. Anyway, but I would always park in the same spot, get out, look out the same way all the time.
Yeah.
We're
creatures of habit.
It's sad how that works.
One of the other cool things about that was it threw me off because Chris goes, there's one in Colma. I go to the one in Colma all the time if I'm feeling like I can talk to people and
you can
interact with the world, because those people are very cool over there.
Well, Colma,
the one on Geary, it's just like, what do you want? I'm like, bro, you're not even going to believe it. I need TN 420. And half the time, if it's a kid, they'll laugh hilariously. Like, bro, you're getting 420. That's hilarious. And if it's just some old dude, he's like, oh, yeah, okay, who cares?
Thanks. Yeah. Well,
but I'm like, hey, fuck you, pal. I know how to get the label now.
right. Well, that's funny because I'm even wondering, like, there was always the old thing, like if you ever got junk mail, how to prevent yourself from getting junk mail is always, they give you the free mail this back in.
Oh yeah,
and people would just rip everything up and put it back in the envelope and send it back.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, not only is it experience with like Brother, but all these other things that are just like but it was always like I knew people. Well, I'm not saying I knew people, but like people would put like rocks and stuff in them.
There's just a third of everyone is a douchebag.
Yeah.
Like that happens in everything, right? There's always a guy who says yes, there's always a guy who says no, and there's always a guy who's fucking complaining about it.
Yeah, of course.
So like, I mean, I noticed this, I was talking to my dad back when Ross Perot was running, and he was a Texas businessman, so my dad had a lot to say about him because he ran across him in the early 70s.
Was he an oil man? Was he oil?
My dad?
No, Perot. Was he an oil guy?
I don't know.
I don't know. But continue.
His name is Ross. That's about all I know about Ross Perot. And I know the general who is like, yeah, you guys are probably all wondering what I'm doing here. Like, I know that guy better than Ross Perot because Ross Perot is this guy, he's a little Chuck E. Cheese guy who's going to tell you all this shit.
Yes.
I didn't pay attention. But he was on the news and I was like, what an idiot. And my dad goes, he's the worst kind of idiot because he's very oily. And I'm like, how does he have 30% of the vote then? And my dad went through that. He's like, there's always a third of the people who are going to be dissatisfied
with the options,
no matter what you're talking about. And once he said that, I was like, there's no way that's true. And every time I would just organically come across something, it's always like
a third. There's the
1
third.
out of 3, 30%, 27%. That's close enough. It's a thing that happens. And
that's funny.
So then I unwisely talked to him about Rendezvous with Rama, and his eyes glazed over it immediately. But I said, Ramans do everything in threes. That's the big takeaway, Dad. And he's like, okay, whatever.
I got it.
You're not talking about the Red Sox anymore. So
that's so funny.
That was us spending 15 minutes like catching up because, like, man, I'm so glad you could do this today.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Mark he was on assignment and he couldn't do it, and so usually me and you go, if Mark doesn't show up for a half an hour looking bored, it's no fun.
Yes,
but
we'll roll with it.
Today I'm like, yeah, man, come on, let's
we can roll with it. Like he'll listen. I always say we keep this consistent. I'll do it every Friday. I'll do it at 3 to 4 every Friday, and then we'll add Mark as Mark. I think that, like I said, I'm not to speak for Mark, but I know the challenges is like end of week is like right now. So like he's always building something to end this week to prep him for next week. So yeah.
Well, if we do that, then we can yell at him. It's like, hey, Mark, that every Friday from 3 to 4 we're going to do this. So just like tell everybody you're taking a long crap.
Yes, exactly. Disappear for 15 minutes, jump on, and then we'll get our special appearance, Mark Espinosa, for 25 minutes or 20 minutes. But we'll figure.
You and Mark are like my closest buddies. I love hearing what you have to say about dumb shit. It's like my favorite thing in the world.
Well, speaking of dumb shit, I think when you promoted this, you were talking about what's his name?
Albert Pune. Yeah.
Albert Pune.
Yeah.
I forgot he died.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he died 2 years ago, I think it was, or a year ago. And I was like, oh, man. And then I was like, how many movies of him that he's done that I've seen? And it's a lot. And then I was like, oh, did I write an article on any of them?
Oh, I'm dying to know. Did you?
And I haven't.
Oh,
I don't. But I went through the list and I was like, all right, Sword and Sorcerer, love that movie. Mm-hmm. Cyborg, Van Damme, love that movie.
That was great.
The Captain America with what's his name, Matt Salinger. His name?
Yeah, that's why I said that. I'll tell you when you're done.
Okay. Love that.
That one's great.
He did Doll Man, which it's very underrated. It's Tim Tom. I think.
Yeah. Tim Thomerson.
Love that movie. He did Nemesis, which is amazing.
Wait. I know you're in the middle of something, but this I'll
Go on.
stop listening. What is that Tim Thomerson movie that he did with Helen Hunt, where he's like kind of
That's Jack Trancers?
Trancers?
Trancers.
I was like, it's Trackers. That's wrong. Trancers.
Trancers.
Every time he comes up, I'm like,
but isn't he Jack Death in that? Jack.
Yeah, he's got a cool name like
yeah,
that.
Like
it's
JAKDETH or something like that.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Yes, love him. I love that actor.
So the crazy thing is, I first saw him in Quark, that idiot thing with Richard Benjamin. It was in '77 they did a comedy version of Star Wars, and there's like
Quark.
No, dude, you would love it. It's a garbage thing, and like the Spock character is called Ficus the Vegeton. He's half plant and half human. There's the Doublemint twins play sexy space girls in it.
Richard Benjamin and the Barnstable twins.
Barnstable twins, yeah. That show is ridiculous. And even as like a 13-year-old, I was like, well, I guess I'm contractually obligated to watch this because I like science fiction. But man, this sucks. I've never seen science fiction sucking so hard.
It created by Buck Henry. That's pretty nuts.
Everything about it on paper sounds like you would love it.
Okay.
And it's not good.
All right.
Anyway, that's where I know Thomerson from.
Yes. I mean, he's not dead. Please tell me he's not dead. I hope he's not dead. He's not. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I love he's my favorite part.
He's not.
He's dead. He's my favorite part of Who's Harry Crumb.
Oh yeah.
He's Annie Potts's boyfriend, the tennis.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah. But
that's your favorite part?
He's one of my favorite parts in Who's Harry Crumb. I mean, obviously,
awesome.
I love John Candy, but like that was like I love that part. And he's in a couple. Well, he's in Volunteers with. He's in a lot of stuff. But anyway.
He's in a lot of stuff. But he did some crazy stuff. Oh, look at Chris weighs in. I've seen every episode of Court. I can't remember anything except we want the source.
Well, after this, I just wrote it down, so I
was invested in the character arc of Ficus the Vegeton because I thought that was the coolest thing in the world, and my mom was just like dropping off, cut Bartlett pears and Fontina for us because all the presentation stuff I do is 100% my mom. But just watching TV, she would just like come in, light some candles, leave some stuff, and disappear, and you're like, wow, that's cool.
I have season. I can download the season. I will add it to our.
She was just walking by and she heard somebody call this guy Ficus, and she goes, that's a plant, and it blew my mind. I was like, yeah, he's half plant, half man, Mom. And she's like, yeah, okay, whatever. I was like, oh, ficus, that's like a real word. That's not a made up science fiction word. That's
I love it.
Did that.
Well. As soon as I'm done here, so I don't make my video choppy, I will download it and add it to the the drive.
That'd be
I found it, so I was like, I went to the one forum I go to, and I was like, let me just look real quick. It's there. Okay,
yeah, that's cool. Well, that was a network show, so that got a big splash and marketing and stuff, and it was the disappointment of the audience after that it's known for now. But right when it came out, people were like, man. People in the middle of nowhere who I knew that were my age were like, yeah, that looks great. But looking at the ad from TV Guide,
But that's 77, 78. So that hits, like, give me because I'm born in 78, so my brain doesn't comprehend. So that hits 77, 78. How does that hit between Star Wars and Trek and stuff like that? Is that like...
Well, what happened was Battlestar Galactica made this giant splash.
Okay.
And its premiere, the pilot, is the same day that Carter and they signed the Mideast Peace Accords.
Got it.
So I'm all excited as shit watching 45 minutes of Battlestar Galactica, and ABC breaks in and goes,
and they cut into like the
and I'm like, are you out of your mind? And now they would just show it the next day or something, right?
Sure.
And sorry we missed that, but like, no, that was fucking it, man. We had to wait for reruns to see that, and so everybody was really looking forward to Star Wars on TV, right?
Sure.
And so I guess NBC did that too, like, hey, we can do some crappy chroma key special effects, throw a couple models up, and get those girls with the big boobs.
Right.
Get some laughs from that guy that's from, you know, the movies he does.
Right.
I think I couldn't think of anything real fast. But it's all on paper. It sounds awesome. It's by the Get Smart guy. Let's fucking go. And you get there and you're like, oh, guess what? You know, if you're a real science fiction fan, you don't really like the comedies. Like, because you're making fun of the stuff.
You're making fun of the stuff on the screen. Right. Exactly.
That people like.
That's also, didn't you say this in the past that you don't actually like Spaceballs?
I hate fucking Spaceballs.
Right. Right. Now you can go back and maybe...
I have a small appreciation for some of it, but I'm like old school Mel Brooks.
Sure.
I fucking love Mel Brooks, and I'm with him up until about Men in Tights, right?
Yeah,
I think Spaceball was before that.
I think it is a little before that, yes.
And I was like, hey, fuck that movie. I actually walked out of it the first time. I tried to get my money back, and they just laughed at me. It's like, well, you're over halfway, pal. And I'm like, yeah, I just wanted to... No, get out. And I'm like, well, fuck this movie, and fuck you too. And I'm like 14. Don't tell my parents, but...
Right. No cameras at that time. So.
So yeah, that's how I remember it. I mean, I'm sure everybody's got a different view, but that's cool, right? Because now you can ask the question, well, what's everybody think? And you kind of have an answer for what the prevailing idea of The Last Jedi is, right?
Sure.
Everybody's talked about it.
Right.
But back then it was just like the guys you knew. And maybe if you went to a comic store in another town when you're on vacation, if you really cared about Star Trek, you would talk to those guys about it.
Right. It's so it's I don't know. It's so fascinating because like to live through the age of the pop culture sci-fi explosion, and then to watch like someone like Walker come around where he's through like even my daughters. It's like, you have no like, I guess we talk about this when I think we drive down to San Diego every year, but it's always like that period of time where you like didn't have something that was new, and now the ability to have everything new or something new at every moment of your life. It kind of like, I think it like dampens your, I don't want to say it dampens your taste, but it makes your taste so specific that you can't appreciate more of the mass that normally when we were younger, or even you were younger, like you didn't get as much. Do you know what I mean? I don't mean it that way. You know what I mean?
Man, you're old.
Yeah, no. I'm
no, I just thought it was a funny distinction because I make that all the time too, because Mimi and I are 6 years apart. So sometimes on specific things, that's a long 6 years. So of course you and me and Mark will, you know, like you said, you were born in 78. And I was like, oh, okay.
Well, listen, considering the people I work with and the people, I mean, I work with 20, I work now with, 20-year-olds and 27-year-olds. Yeah, no, exactly. But it's also like, I guess what I'm getting at is like, the fascination of so much new and so much stuff, and like even like someone like Walker, who I think has a very refined taste, but like other like his peers and other kids and stuff like that, it's just like, how do you find your niche? Because it's like everything is everywhere. When you were like my age, it was like, oh no, you had to really like work to find your niche, and like you really had to like, like I think back to when I was working in the comic book shop, or even when I worked in the video store, it was like I was into like kung fu movies and weird shit, and that wasn't anywhere.
Right.
You had to go out and find that. Or I liked the independent comics and the like the heavy metal and the stuff like that. So it was like that wasn't in your normal comic book store. You had to go out of your way to find that stuff, and you had to ask to get it. Like I even think about like an Isotope. I was the one asking like James to like order the weird shit out of previews to be like, hey, I know you're not getting these, but if you order these, I'd love to read them. And then that was where like the Ians and the Jays of the world would be like, oh yeah, double those up. I'll read those too. And it was like, oh, okay. But it's like, You had
Yeah,
to
without
work
somebody doing that though, there's no incentive for a retailer to do that because
for sure.
there's more Batmans to sell, right?
Well, exactly. So but it's like you had to, I don't know, like you had to curate you had to find what you liked, and then you had to go out and find it. Whereas now it's just like, oh, type in my computer. Oh, I like this, and well, here you go. Here's everything, and you're like, what? Like, I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, no, I think that's valuable, man. That's not anyway. Because of how I was raised, right? I made sure that didn't happen to Walker. I was like, he loves The Simpsons. He watched all of The Simpsons, 30 years of Simpsons in 8 months. Right. It's just if he wasn't eating or sleeping,
he was watching a Simpsons episode.
He had a Simpsons on, and even I just walking by get trapped, and I'd be like, all right, and then I watch like 4 Simpsons episodes because they're hilarious,
right?
And but when he went back to school and he's a little older now, has all this information, I told him, it was like, hey man, not everybody sat around and did what we did. So like, you're going to have to like either tell folks about what you like and talk them into it, or like try to find the guys. And I explained the whole secret handshake thing, which is what we went through. Right.
You're
like
right.
If you're walking down the street and you saw a guy with like a Badger t-shirt on,
right.
You would stop that guy and like, oh my God, like
yes.
my name is really Larry. Can you believe it? And like, that's a 20-minute conversation on the sidewalk, you know?
Right.
And that happened to me. That's
okay. That's awesome.
That's why I call it. I had 3 shirts that would happen. It was the Badger shirt, the mage black shirt with a white thing, and then I just had like this random Green Lantern shirt. And people were like, "Hey, that's Green Lantern, you know?"
Right.
Like, yeah, I put the shirt on this morning.
You see the holes in it. I've been wearing it for 20 years. Yeah.
Anyway, so speaking of that, you brought up Ethan Hawke.
Did I bring up Ethan Hawke?
Oh no, you know who it was? Oh my God. This is the next thing I wanted to talk about. The Albert Pune thing is because I've been listening to John Suntrace.
Okay.
His word balloon thing, just driving around. I just came in and it wasn't you, but it was John. But John's a good buddy of mine too. So like when I listen to him, it's kind of like, he's sitting there with Mark and Steve and
what about
and Mimi.
Doesn't Ethan Hawke have that new show on?
So that's what I was going to say. He brought up Ethan Hawke and he watched some movie of his, and I was like, Mimi and I watched The Lowdown, his
TV show, right? Yep.
Dude, that is phenomenal. And I was never really a big Ethan Hawke guy because he's in Goonies. So obviously anybody in Goonies is not going to be good. But all these guys are adults now, and they're all really good actors. Like I love Sean Astin and I love Josh Brolin. And so why wouldn't I love Ethan Hawke? I just hadn't seen him in anything that I cared about other than he's the bad guy in Moon Knight.
We did talk about this. We talked about this because this is the guy who did Reservation Dogs.
Yeah. Yes, so anyway, this morning I saw this quick note of press from him, and I sent it to Walker immediately because I was like, "Look, man, this is what you need to keep in mind. Like Ethan Hawke has been an actor for fucking 50 years.
Yeah, and he's married to Uma Thurman.
Yeah, and on this, I don't know if he is still. Is he?
Oh, I don't know. That's a good question. But go on.
So he's doing some press with that guy. What's this? He's got a cool name. It's like a science fiction name, Sterling Hodjo or something.
Oh, that's exactly it. It's
something like that.
Yep. I think I wrote it down last week.
They're sitting there and they ask, what's an interesting thing that you learned on this shoot? And he says, okay, well, here's a really cool thing for me, man. And it sounded like more elitist Jeff Bridges, right?
Oh, funny.
And he goes, yeah, I was doing this doing the scene with this other actor, and then Sterling just like walks in. He says, action, and we're doing it, and he just like kind of walks in with the cameras rolling, and he's looking at me, and he's like, "This just feels fake, man. Like what?" And he's like, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "It's just that doesn't feel real. It feels fake. It feels like I don't know. Why? You know what? Why don't you sit here and then do it?" And then he like walks off out of frame.
Right.
And they do it again, and Ethan Hawke said, I was thinking, what is he saying? And I realized it was 100% me. It wasn't the other actor in the scene. I was just thinking, here I am doing some exposition for an episode of a dumb TV show.
Right.
And like, that's death for actors.
Right.
You know, you never want to do that. You
Right.
want to
just like phoning it in, essentially.
just be in the scene, and like,
right.
You're giving an entertainment to a watching audience. It's just going to be out of later. Like, they're not there.
Right.
So it's really easy to slip and forget that. And I thought that was so cool that even like an accomplished actor of decades might even be more susceptible to that. Like, I know how to do this scene, right?
Well, you know what? Yeah, that's crazy interesting, because you
it
have
made
to
me really appreciate Ethan Hawke, though. That's the end of that.
The fact that he had the realization that that's what he was doing, because
in
you
the
have
scene,
to
even.
right, because then you have
right on, man,
right, because you probably have to imagine that there are how many of people that are just like going with the flow or just rolling with it and not really like think about it, like not giving their all in something like that, where like Sterling, the guy who, like, this is his, like, like, how many times you get to make a show? Like, sure, he has some great success in the past, but when you get an opportunity to have something new, like, dude, I need Ethan Hawke to like kill it in my show. Like, anyway,
plus writer directors, right? They have a very specific vision of what they want to accomplish.
Yeah.
And I thought it was really cool of him to not just go, hey, stop phoning it in, Ethan. Even if he looked at it that way, he just went, something's not as authentic as I need, you know?
Right. Well,
and I thought that the whole thing, I thought was like, oh man, that's even a good lesson for people like us, right?
Oh, for sure.
Let's just remember where we are and what we're doing, right?
Oh, 100%. Listen, I think a lot of times people, you need a little bit of a reality check, regardless of where you are or what like level you sit in. You know what I mean? Or and maybe reality check's the wrong phrasing, but
no, I totally know what you mean. Just so like a reminder of where you are and what you're doing.
Right? Like, it's like, dude, it's pretty great. So like, appreciate, but also like, don't half-ass it. I think it's more along the lessons of like, don't half-ass it.
Yeah,
that's funny.
That was another bit of press. I just clipped out screenshots for Walker, though. It was really long. It was Matthew McConaughey talking about when he told his dad he was going to be an actor.
Oh, I've seen stuff about that.
Yeah. He goes, well, just don't half-ass it.
Right.
And like, that's the end of every story, right? All right, maybe I got some thoughts about what you're doing or talking about or whatever, but it doesn't really matter. You can do your own thing. Just don't fucking half-ass it.
Right. If you're gonna do it, go do it. Like, don't. Yeah. Well, exactly. Half-ass it is always the best. It's always the best analogy.
That's a dad phrase.
Yeah. Oh, 1,000%.
Right?
It's funny because that's even more ironic, because my youngest had her like turkey trot, which is like the pre-Thanksgiving race, and her sister, Harper, her older sister, every year took first. So she did it for 3 or 4 years and always took first. She's like Harper has like
an athlete. Yeah,
she has insane endurance.
Yeah.
And each
year,
she
plays volleyball, right?
Yes.
Or rugby or something.
Right. Well, to give one example, the last year she did it, her 5th grade year, I think it's about 3/4 of a mile is what their trot is. So it's not like a little
distance.
It's a distance. She was so far in front when she finished that when she finished, she was waiting for people, and her friends were doing like there were actually new people in her class, a new girl in her class that was the last one in the. She ran back into the race to go run with the girl who was to finish with.
Yeah.
Like, just running and like the pace and nothing. So long story short, Marlo took 3rd. So that was a big accomplishment, because she is consistently every year. This is her last year. Every year has taken 3rd. So that's a big accomplishment. But I don't even know how we got there. But anyway, turkey trot.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's just 3rd consistently is better than 1st once, if you ask me.
Oh, I agree.
Like, just in terms of learning the lesson about why that's good, because like, hey man, you're somebody your boss can count on.
I know why I said it, because I was like, it was like, don't half-ass it. And I said,
Oh,
listen,
right, of course.
if you're going to do it, don't half-ass it because you actually want to succeed in this. But I said, but here's my only pointer I will give you. Don't sprint in the beginning like all the other people that aren't taking this serious.
Right.
Take your, start running and take a pace. And then you'll see as you're running through this, because you want to be consistent and you want to do it, you'll keep consistent through the whole thing and you'll finish and you'll place. And then she said, and when we were I was chatting with her right before she was hanging out with her friends. And I was like, oh, how'd you do? And she goes, I took third. And I said, what happened in the beginning? And she said, yeah, everyone ran out, sprinted in the beginning.
Yeah.
And the two girls that were in front of her and her ran a normal pace and then they finished it. So anyway, I don't know. It's, elementary school athletics. So,
I will tell you just now, I got something on the email I was waiting for.
Oh, okay.
San Diego's ready to go now. they set up our GoPro, whatever the fuck it's called. Hang on.
What's this? Your account?
Yeah, every year, Go Expo. That's what it's called, Go Expo.
Oh, so
it's just how they organize all the stuff to get ready for.
Oh, it's
all the stuff that I have to do. I know it's pretty early.
That's early. Is it always? It can't be this early before Thanksgiving.
It's usually after Christmas, honestly.
That's what I thought. I was always remember. Like, I feel like we always started chatting about it in like December.
But ever since the coronavirus, everything has changed every year, and so it's always kind of a crapshoot of like what's going on. So anyway, yeah, I was like, when's this happening? Because
nice.
Yeah,
well,
I'm working on books already.
I was like, you got books. I still think you have to figure out a way to explore the Philback one, because I think that is like just the dream.
I spoke to him this year about it, and they said they have something going on, but it's going very slow. And so I said, well, if you want it to go fast,
yeah,
I send it to me and I'll put a book together for you, and then you can send it to the other guy and go, this is what we're gonna do, and he's gonna, oh, I have a different idea. That's great.
Now you have two
because
books.
Now you have two.
Yes, exactly.
But I said that to Sean.
Okay.
So I'm not sure Maddie heard it too.
Yeah. Oh, so, well, you have one. Walker will have one. Are you? And you said you're doing something for Price.
Yeah, we'll see if that comes out or not. Okay. I just, yeah. I always got stuff going on.
Yeah, and I'll write. And I'll get you 90 pages of written stuff in a weekend.
6 hours.
Right. If I
can. My book's done, Larry.
Yeah, exactly. I'll give you some lead time for that.
Well, I never really worry until the holidays.
No, exactly.
After the holidays, and then everybody's sitting around doing nothing all January, so that's a great time to do 4 books or movies.
Exactly. I already have my list. It's just I gotta, I almost finished.
You feeling guilty, man? You're good. I don't care.
Yeah. Well,
I won't care until like the end of April.
Listen, I have them.
Like,
they're right. There's my books right there. I have to have the trilogy. I have to add that third color.
Oh yeah. Oh, so, I should think. Well, we have to. Usually, it runs off of whatever picture you have.
That is true. That is true.
The color goes. So, So Lauren's hanging out with Tom Holland, right?
Well, I have to. TBD. So, I might have to go to like some like Arnold Schwarzenegger meet and greet or something just to add.
Walker will be mad that Tom Holland isn't holding like a copy of Jack Fry like next to Lauren or something.
Well, working where I can,
Yeah, no, of course, man.
I it's funny though. I was digging through, I was looking through old photos of like Comic-Con and stuff like that, and there's a handful over the years that I don't think I've ever like seen the light of day that I have. Oh. So I have to dig through again and see.
That's cool.
But yeah.
I mean, see, you probably have something cool.
I might have something. I hope I have something. I don't know. I mean,
I
mean,
know that one of you and Ron
Lloyd.
Perlman.
Oh, Perlman, we got that one. I got the
No, Lloyd, that would have been great, but we used that on the back, didn't we?
no. It's me.
Oh, it's in the it's in
it's
the
in the book.
the
It's in
article,
the
yeah.
book. Yes. So I'll find something. I'll find something. There's time. Like I said,
I
I'll
picked up the wrong one.
yeah, I'll go like mug Cronenberg as he's like walking to his car or something. I don't know.
I just saw Lloyd has a Funko now.
Does he really?
Yeah.
See, that's pretty sick.
Yeah, I thought that was cool. When we were doing the book, I was like, man, why am I not Facebook friends with Lloyd Kaufman? So I friended him right away, and I sent him the thing. I'm like, hey, and nobody got back to me, but he friended me, and so now I keep track of Lloyd Kaufman.
That's amazing. Yeah, love that man.
The other thing that I wanted to say about that is, guess what? I have to do a second printing of the Shield book.
Shut up! You're out.
No, isn't that
You're
great?
zero. You're zero.
Zero. I have one. I have my one.
Oh, I have one. I was gonna say I have one. So,
but I'm very excited because
are you gonna do a
there's
different
always
cover?
something you want to fix, right?
Yeah.
And it's not typos. I don't care about the inside of the book, whatever. But I was like, why did I not put Eric Palicki and EJ Fettis's name on the front?
Oh, okay.
So it has the three of us, and then Agents of Shield makes sense. Like
I love it.
You know what I mean?
Yes, that's awesome.
So that I'm going to make that tweak, and I haven't decided if I'm going to change the back or maybe add in some pictures on the covers or something. But I won't. I'm not going to change the inside. And just the.
Are you going to change the color of the cover?
Should I?
I don't know. I think it'd kind of look cool if you had a new cut. Like I'd like to have both printings.
I don't know. I mean, I guess you could do black with. I don't know. Maybe. Now you got me thinking about. Yeah. Now you got me thinking about doing a different. I'll look and see what it looks like.
No, I not to. Maybe I've always loved the Shield gray, like this grayish, this color.
Oh yeah, this purpley gray.
Yeah, I love that color.
Huh.
I don't know. Something to think about.
Now he's just making me do work.
No, I'm not trying to make you do.
Chris has got it.
There you go. There's the answer.
Franco uniform blue. Did you just try to put that up at me at the same time? Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
That's funny.
That's not a bad idea.
That'd be cool.
All right. Well, I'll see what it looks like.
I like it.
Anyway,
what else?
Yeah.
Well, we can go back full circle. I didn't finish the what was I gonna say? Oh, I wrote down. I think I hit you guys up in our chat, but the new Stargate. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Especially because I was listening to Tachyon Pulse too, the Star Trek guy. Like for a guy who like didn't really like podcasts, all I needed to do was like start running and leave the house. Because now I just listen to podcasts when I'm driving around.
Sure.
But yeah, he's a giant Stargate fan, so I was paying attention, and he made a really interesting distinction about hard reboots and soft reboots.
Okay, so all right, so I'm interested to hear the perspective here.
So he said a hard reboot is like the old Battlestar Galactica with Lauren Green, and then the new one with Edward James Olmos. It's you have rebooted the concept. It's still kind of there, right?
Okay.
It's not like just everything in name. That's just he's like, I'm not even talking about those. We're just doing a different thing.
Mm-hmm.
But a soft reboot is like Star Trek: The Next Generation. It takes place in the same universe, but the characters are different. What they want is different. It's actually 100 years later or whatever.
Yep.
That's a soft reboot. It's still the same thing, but not really. And so that's what they're doing with Stargate. It's all of that stuff has happened. All of those different shows.
So
it's just a new thing.
Okay.
A new crew and a new setup.
Which is cool.
I love that. I might start watching for a change.
Yeah, because I guess it's Martin Garreau, the guy who's the showrunner. Mm-hmm. He worked on SG-1, Atlantis, and the other one.
Yeah.
But I would, the reason I asked that, well, first off, he also created Blind Spot. I don't know if you ever saw that. Which
No,
is,
but I love that actress, Jamie. What's her
yeah,
name?
Jamie Alexander. Yeah. But he also was a part of the Kung Fu not soft reboot, hard reboot.
Right, with a Korean girl or whatever
Yes.
that was. Yeah.
And the Quantum Leap one.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
So he's been part of like two of the ones that have been like, I don't want to say like necessarily unsuccessful, but definitely like not. I don't think I loved the original Kung Fu, and even because I forget there's the original Kung Fu, and then there's the one
Kung
with
Fu continues.
Right. Then there's the one with his son.
It's
and
still
then
Kung Fu.
Right, and then they tried to do a third, and the third wasn't as good. But I always like again, it's Stargate. It's another science fiction universe, and I think it's Amazon, so they're going to throw $1 billion at it. So.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's going to be fine. I just like that Jeff Bezos likes science fiction.
Listen, just throw me one scene where James Spader or like or like Kurt Russell walks in the background.
Somebody.
Just give me the sliver of a scene, and I'm great. That's it. I'm done. Like any of those, actually. I'm not even that particular. Anyone that was from the original movie, just throw them in it for a second, and that would be fine.
I get why they didn't do that, but that's what I wanted out of the new Quantum Leap. Like, have the new guy jumping around, but like make Sam, Sam comes back and is his like Ziggy and Al, right? Like do that, and then that's a very satisfying show. I get why they didn't, because Bakula doesn't want to sign up for a show,
right?
But you knew you were going. Like, make that the last episode, man.
Right?
Sam comes back.
Honestly, the eyes. That's always the biggest question I have when it comes to like marketing and production, and that's like working in the industry that I used to work in like the advertising marketing world. It's like it's funny how much of that money gets separated from like the actual like production piece of a television show, because in reality, if you took the marketing money that you were going to use to promote Quantum Leap and took 10% of it and gave it to Scott Bakula, the eyes on the show would be
quadruple.
And it's like, that. So why wouldn't you do that?
I don't think they do know that, though. I think everybody who does that doesn't have access to the purse strings.
Well, true. And as of project manager, producer in the past, like you see all the numbers. So you're looking at the distribution of numbers. But then again, that's just really bad on your executive producers and stuff like that, or like your producers in charge of it, because it's like, dude, like if I don't promote this on USA Network and instead I throw that money at like Scott Bakula, like we have this show on the air for 10 years.
Yeah. Like, USA Network will know about it, right? If you give that money to Scott Bakula.
Right.
Like, you don't need to go, I'm with you.
I don't know.
Here's some funny stuff. Is this what the post-Star Trek, post-Kurtzman Trek is going to be? That's what I've been hearing from the Tachyon Pulse guy, is that, like, it's so funny. Like, they have 2 years of shows that no one is going to watch. Like, it's literally like, you all told us what's going to happen in 2028. So we're just going to wait for that.
We'll wait till you're done. It's like, that's crazy.
Like Paul Giamatti is playing a bad guy in Starfleet Academy, and I don't care. Can you imagine like how bad you've had to suck for the last 8 years
for you to not pay attention to like,
man, I love Giamatti, but he's in that dumb show where it's 1,000 years in the future. Who cares? And the one thing they showed in one of the trailers, he's walking down a hallway and he's whistling the Star Trek theme.
What?
Yeah. So like, I just have nothing to say about any of this. I just don't care. I'm not going to watch it.
It just makes me so depressed. because it seems like
that your friends Mark and Larry cry every day.
Yeah, it's like I'm like, why can't you guys have something nice? Like, why does it have to not be that?
Well, I do though. You know what I've been doing this whole time is like I'm learning to sew and I'm making my own outfits, and I fucking made John Price a literal design for his ship, the USS Kitty Hawk,
Oh, that's sick.
that looks exactly like what you would think would be in a show. I'll send it's I keep looking. It's like right over there. It's just out of my reach.
Yeah, you got to send me a picture of it after.
But it's this cool little. It's a square.
Yeah,
and it's on that gold reflective stuff, and it's got black embroidery, and it's just these lines that make it a circle where you get the idea that's the propeller, and 2 lines for a biplane and a thing for a vertical, and you're like, oh yeah, if you look at that, that looks like, you know, some old plane. Well, that's what you want in a space patch, you know. Anyway, right, all of the stuff that I just did on my own,
it's because
there's more creativity and more Star Trek.
Right, that's what
and the fucking $100 million they spend every season on 8 episodes.
I don't get it.
You know what would happen if you gave $100 million to me and Rick Austin and John Price?
They'd be putting Star Trek on the big screen again.
You'd have Star Trek.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That's all that is. But seriously, you could do that with everyone you know. You could pick 3 people that would do better Star Trek than the guys who are doing it now, because they just don't get it.
It's crazy to me when you would have a property like that. But you know what it is, though? We've talked about it. Hey, there you go.
You have the best Scanners poster.
I agree. The only Scanners poster. But anyway, no, I just
there's only that one, and you have it.
Yes, it's just that one. Every time you talk about Star Trek, I'm always like, this has got to be rock bottom. No, it's like, this has got to be as bad as it gets. And then between you and Mark, I always get like, oh no, it's worse. And you're like, really? How is that possible?
Well, here's the thing that I just don't understand. So they've been talking about the Starfleet Academy show since Star Trek 2, right? Actually, since the cartoon, they were going to make the cartoon like, hey, a bunch of kids, and they're, you know, and it's Starfleet Academy, and they're like, no, Star Trek is it's its own thing, and no one's saying that now. They're like, so Starfleet Academy is based on a ship 1,000 years in the future, and it has a bunch of characters from Discovery, which is the show no one likes, right? So in this thing, all the main characters are teenagers. So finally they get to have the OC in space that they wanted, the fucking Peach Pit.
CW, yeah.
Star Trek 90210, right? That's what they want. But instead of making it like the plucky guy, the cute girl computer, instead of doing that, they're fixated on, well, this character is half Klingon and half Betazoid. Okay. And then everybody's half this and half that. It's 1,000 years in the future. Like, everybody's purple, probably, right?
Right. Like, why are we worrying about just this granularity of
it's not half. And then the thing that kills me as the costume guy, I love the textiles and stuff. And look, they're putting foil on stuff and it's 3D printed. That's all fantastic. Oh, except in their uniforms, like this one guy has Klingon symbols now. And like, well, aren't they must be members of the Federation if there's a character in Starfleet Academy.
Right.
So why do they get their own fucking symbol? Why wouldn't they just have Starfleet symbols, right?
Well, right. Why would what are we like? They're superimposing like their,
I don't know,
groups to like the. It's so.
You know what it honestly is? I get kind of like, I don't care, but the stupid people are like, woke, DEI, it's all bullshit, right?
It could be an element of that.
Except I'm convinced that those guys are doing that. That like they're trying to take that cool progressive thing away from us. But if it's aliens, then they can't yell at us.
It'll just be accepted and be like,
Which is fine, except you're doing it in the shittiest way possible.
Well, wasn't that was
Right?
always you're right. That was always what you and Mark are talking about, where you're just like, if the story's good, you don't have to force feed us that stuff. Right. It's when you have to force feed it, it's like it's forced. And the minute you force stuff into that, it comes off as like insincere and a little fake.
It's even less accomplished than that, I think. I think they just think that they're doing their job.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, let's just plug this thing in. Oh, look, they like tribbles. Let's put the tribbles in. Right. Without understanding, like, there are no big fat singular tribbles. You know what I mean? Or
right.
whatever.
But there was, right? In the one. Yeah, right. Exactly.
It's just... But I mean, Price is a history buff. I think his PhD is in folklore. So he really he introduces, I mean, it's the storytelling part of real history that he enjoys. And forever he'll just be like, they just have no concept of what has come before. They have a feeling of what's come before. They kind of get it, but they're like, oh, we'll just make this, and they'll swallow it because those people like that shit.
Well, and or it's like, no, but that's also right.
Make a good one.
But that's also the point. Like I was trying to make. Like it's like if it's the only source of nutrients you get of Star Trek, it's like eventually you're just going to be like, oh, I don't want that anymore. And that's like, it's just, I don't know, man.
People are making their own. You know, it's what I found out. I don't know if this is me just engaging more, but it seems like there's a lot more fan stuff going on now.
Oh yeah, well,
where like people like you've seen. Like Brian and the cats from the away team that came up at San Diego for the last couple of years.
Yep.
Like it's more fun to interact with those guys than like try to talk about what's going on with the show, right? Because like everybody, you know, I'll post some picture in our living room in the Horgon we have, the little, do you see Jamal? You're not a Star Trek fan. There's an episode where it's a funny joke that Captain Picard goes down to the Pleasure Planet just to read on vacation stuff, and Riker's like, hey man, go to the gift shop and get me one of these little statues. And it turns out that's the thing you display for all the space hookers.
Oh, funny.
Want to play a little rub and tickle or whatever. And so Picard's just trying to read his book, and he's like, you're blocking the suns, what are you doing? And they're like, you see Jamaharon. And he's like, what are you talking about? He's like, you're Horgon. And he's like, oh, is this significant? It's like, oh, fucking Riker, he played a trick on me. So I had bought one of those for Walker when he was starting to like look at girls and go, okay, it's not cooties anymore.
Right.
And it was in Star Trek. He's like, oh, that girl's really cute. And I'm like, oh, you haven't said that before. That's cool. Right. All right. And so for whatever, what was next, birthday or Christmas or something, I got him the Gene Roddenberry one. So it's like, you know. And so we just leave it. It's next to, we have little like marshmallow, Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. There's like a Lego of our cat. There's all this stuff on it, and it just happened to be in the background of some picture. And one of my friends freaked the fuck out.
He's like, "What?"
He's like, "You have a Horgon." And I'm like, "Yeah, man. Like you could like Chris Sagasak's probably 3D printed 5 of them." But exactly that, you know.
Right. That's fun.
Anyway.
That's
the kind of interaction I have with Star Trek now, is with other people who appreciate Star Trek, because I can't do that with the show anymore.
The current, yeah, exactly. Well,
because those people do not appreciate Star Trek, and they don't get it.
And to your point earlier, like you like kind of creating the like that's the sad part, because I think that's what generally ends up getting missed in like a lot of the fandoms and stuff like that, is like, you know, like you exactly with the Star Trek, like you live, breathe Star Trek, like you're making
it.
Well, yeah, but you're like creating a unique Star Trek patch for Price, because that's how familiar you are with like Star Trek. Yeah. Right. But like I was the reason I bring this up is because, have you heard anything about this? All the AI Star Wars stuff that's been dropping recently.
AI Star Wars?
Yeah.
No.
It's not licensed, but it's all. I think it's called like Skywalker Stories or something like that.
Okay.
And it's essentially like AI is like very, very good right now.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say perfect, but it's getting really good.
I get it. Yeah.
Where there are like, oh, okay, we could have Anakin in, you know, the afterlife talking with Luke and having a conversation on Tatooine, because guess what? We can write the script for it. We can make the visuals work. And oh, by the way we have recording, we could have it be Hayden Christensen, and
Right.
then we could have it be Mark Hamill. And it's on YouTube. If you go look it up, it's called
I totally will. Yeah.
it's called like Skywalker Stories, and they're all like random in canon things that you assume would have happened in the like
Yeah.
them, you know, them interacting here, and it's just like, oh, you know, like maybe I don't know if it's stuff that's ever actually been filmed.
I saw one of these, I think.
Yeah, well, but there's a ton
It's
of
like
them.
Darth Vader is talking to somebody.
Yeah, it's like Boba Fett shows up and he's like to Darth Vader, and he's like, I found the person who flew the ship that you know, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
It's before he knows, and he's like, well, did you catch him? And he's like, no, but I found out his name. And he's like, what's his name? And he's
yes,
like,
that's the one I saw.
Skywalker. And he's like, Luke Skywalker, and then it crashes this. Dude, that's all AI.
Yeah.
That's honestly like the saddest part. This is the saddest part. That is honestly like a guy typing into a computer for 4 minutes.
But the sad part is that guy typing in the computer for 4 minutes gets it more and doesn't have to go around like Kathy Kennedy.
Oh, yeah, right. Oh, 100%.
And fucking like that whole Ben Solo thing.
Right.
Have you been following that?
Just
just that there is one, right?
Right.
It's like the fall of Ben Solo, and they waited all the way up the chain, and whoever's running Disney said no.
Right.
Like that's the part that we don't need, man.
Well,
like,
yeah, but
okay, that's not part of Star Wars that you want to put out into the world, but oh my god, like,
well, the beauty of it now is we are a year, maybe 2 years from taking Quentin Tarantino's James Bond script, where he wanted old Pierce Brosnan, and taking that script, putting it into AI,
and just pressing send, right?
Pressing send and say, cast this as Pierce Brosnan, here's his voice, and here you go, there's your movie. Like,
right.
Dude, it's like, which is funny because like, I don't know, did you see in our chat, I shared the picture of the X-Men if you look in our Facebook chat.
Oh, today?
Today. It was just before.
I wasn't. Yeah, I didn't see. What is it?
It's supposedly it's the X-Men. It's all of the casted X-Men in Doomsday.
Okay.
And it's supposed to be a behind the scenes photo.
Oh, let me check this out.
I don't think it's real, but it passes the sniff test of all AI. Like, the fingers look fine, the words in the background look okay. My problem is their faces just look unnaturally smiley.
Yeah, I'd say that's 100% AI.
Sure. But it's like, that's
good.
Exactly.
Totally passes the smell test, right?
That's what I was. Yeah. I was like, the face.
Yeah, you have to look at that like a lot, and you're like, that bit where how Alan Cummings holding his arm, that doesn't look right.
Well, it's funny now. There are a couple tools now that you can kind of plop images into AI.
Yeah.
And say, is this AI? And it will tell you, like, and there's a lot of commonalities.
92% possible.
Right. There's a lot of commonalities. Like, it's always like pixelization around hands, words in the background, incorrect shadowing and stuff. Like, there's all these like variables now that but again, whole story is like, dude, like, I am in like a couple months going to be able to find. Do you remember back in the day, you used to go to like the comic book conventions, and there'd be the one guy who had like all the piles of like the movie scripts that were like, unproduced this and unproduced that? Dude, that is going to be like a treasure trove of like fan fiction, fan created shit.
I literally just found yesterday, my friend Pat gives me a call and says, hey, Derek Robertson's coming to the show. Do you have any Space Beaver stuff or random Derek stuff I can? plop down in front of him and blow his mind. Like, fuck yeah, I do. But it's in the garage. I got to go find it. So I was poking through all this stuff. And just yesterday, I found from 1983 a 12-page thing that I bought for like $10 at a con called The Fall of the Empire. And it's just not Return of the Jedi. It's like what the guy thought was going to happen after Star Wars and Empire Strikes Back. And I sat down in my cold ass thing in the middle of doing something for my friend Pat and read that whole thing because it was fucking great.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, when I have that, I'll do Astronauts in Trouble first, and then I'll do a sizzle reel for Black Diamond, and then I will make that Star Wars thing that guy has, because nobody has that kicking around from.
But that's what I'm talking about. It's like we're at that point where, like, when you go watch some of these Skywalker stories, it's not 100%, but it's even like talking about what's the Blade Runner thing you always talk to me about?
Oh, which one?
The thing we're not supposed to talk about, the full edit, the one that's like
oh yeah, the White Dragon cut.
White Dragon.
Yeah.
Dude, that like
just White Dragon cut everything.
Everything.
You know what I'll do? I just said this to Mimi the night before last. She was like, we were talking about how I never did. I just don't want to write for other people. I don't want to do it. And for IP, right?
Sure.
She's like, oh, well, you have an Indiana Jones story. I'm like, I really don't.
Right.
You know,
I'd rather create something unique for yourself.
Right. If there was an Indiana Jones story, the first thing I do is change it to Forrestal and then go drive up to Lucasfilm and go, no, you guys aren't going to make another Indiana Jones movie. So let's just fucking do Forrestal and give that to Chris Pratt.
Right.
And it's in the world of Indiana Jones. And maybe I'd do something like that. But like, if I can do that in 4 minutes with AI, well, yeah. Why don't I just do that and put it on the internet?
I mean, we're there. We're there, and it's not perfect, but
you can squint.
Well, the beauty is, how long ago is Deadpool now? When Ryan Reynolds drops the footage, is that 08?
Oh yeah,
08, 09?
Yeah, something like that. 08, dude, probably. Yeah.
It's like film. Like, dude, we have a picture of Nicolas Cage in the Superman suit, and we have the Tim Burton. Was it Tim Burton? We have the Tim Burton script.
I thought it was Kevin Smith, right?
Oh, whoever it was, but it doesn't even irrelevant.
I don't know.
It's like both scripts.
Put them together.
Put them together, make it work, and show me the movie. And it's like, it's kind of crazy because I think it's going to allow it can be used to take advantage of the creative process, which I'm not a big fan of. But but then to the flip side,
artists don't have to eat.
Well, right, exactly. Never again. But then on the flip side of that, it's also like, what a wonderful opportunity to get more buy-in on something you're trying to sell. Because
absolutely, it's really going to help. Like, previs isn't going to be previs anymore. It's just going to be viz.
Yeah, correct.
Right.
And it's like,
so that's cool. But that's what Ryan did, right? Ryan, me and Ryan Reynolds,
right, your buddy, yeah.
That's what he did. He's like, look, here's a scene from Deadpool, and I just fucking shitted this out with my buddies,
right?
And they went, oh, okay, and now it's the beginning of our real movie. Well,
right,
it's a real movie until, I don't know,
right?
And it's exciting.
Yeah, no, it's really cool, and the funny thing about it is, I think you're going to see a lot of like arm wrestling that's going to happen, because I think there's going to be the people that are, and they're going to be directors that are going to not want to touch the AI visual piece of it because of the simplicity of it. And you're actually going to see a little bit of a split where people want to do more practical and more.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, I agree.
It's gonna kind of go that way.
Walker's one of those guys.
Practical.
He's sent me, I was like, hey, buddy, I love seeing your things, but send me all the shit behind the scenes. And he's like, takes we didn't use? I'm like, oh, no, I know you were shooting pics and stuff. And he sent me this hilarious thing where it's the shot from the movie and it's the camera tracking the guy's feet walking towards him, right? But the camera's going back at they're the same distance away. It's like 2 feet away. And so as the guy walks, they're going back like this. That's and then but at the same time that's going on the right hand side of the screen is something somebody of his shot with a phone where somebody's just pulling him by his feet on the floor.
Oh, I did see that. I did you share it?
I might have
Yeah,
said
yeah. That's I
just loved it. I was like,
yeah.
Yes, that's the fucking magic right there, man. That's why I'm so happy we set you up to do that shit. Because, and he goes, that was the most fun I ever had in my life. And I'm like, so far, like, wait until you start doing that for
real
up Sydney Sweeney's skirt or something.
Well, I was gonna say as
that shot.
As Tom Cruise is running towards you,
Yeah, exactly. Whatever.
That's awesome.
I went more teenager.
No, don't worry. Tom Cruise will still be acting by then too.
Apparently, that's a thing Glenn Powell did. You know how everybody's saying, Tom Cruise is your mentor, and you're the new Tom Cruise and everything. So there's a shot in The Running Man apparently where he's running like this.
Oh yes, and then and then I also read
he did that on purpose. I think that's pretty funny.
And then he also said I saw in one of the pieces of press for it was Tom Cruise. I don't know. I forget the wording of it, but essentially it's like when you run on screen, you run.
Yeah.
Like you don't not run.
Right.
Because it's like from a storytelling standpoint, you are running because this is like crazy important.
Right. Someone is going to kill you, or you have to get there fast, or whatever.
Right. So like the idea that people in movies aren't running fast when like a building is exploding behind you doesn't make sense. It was just this whole like talking about that
philosophy.
Speaking of Running Man, I have secured you an Arnold bill, so you're so we're good.
God bless you, Steve.
Yes, I scoured the internet and found someone that went to the premiere and had a press badge and a handful of bills, and I have secured you and Mark an Arnold Schwarzenegger $100 bill.
Well, I totally appreciate that.
Yeah, a legit one too from the premiere. So.
Oh well, that goes without saying.
Yeah,
of course it's a legit one.
Yeah. So I have your.
Awesome. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you.
Your pile over there and Mark's pile over there are getting. We have to figure out a movie or something because I have a little. I have your helmet. I have your 2001 helmet, and then I will have your.
Dude, I forgot about that.
Yeah. So.
Oh, I'm gonna make that into something cool.
Did I ever show it to you? You've seen it,
right? Yeah. No, I totally. Yeah.
What do you think it is? Can I show it to you again? Hold on, let me show it because it got.
Of course.
Oh, hold on a second.
I think I had one actually.
What was that?
I think I had one. Well, I'll wait till you get back. All right, let's Timmy's saying funny stuff. Darth Scanner, yeah, Star Trek Scanners crossover. Scanner Trek, that works. Look at, oh man, it's like sort of a eggshell blue. Look at that. Oh, and it's got a visor.
Yeah, dude, it's like
that thing's cool.
When I saw,
I don't know what that is. There's a whole thing taken out of the back.
When we saw it on a table, I was like, I walked past it and I was like, and there's I have two of them.
Huh.
So and we walked past it and I was like, what the hell is that? Is that like a welding mask or something?
Yeah.
And the guy was like, no, I don't think they're welding masks. And he's like, I think they might be props from a movie.
Okay.
And I was like, maybe? And I was like, and then I was like, how much? And he was like, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, all right, I'll think about it. No, that's not happening. And then the normal routine.
Yeah.
I walk down the row and then I say to myself, I go, you know what? If I offer this, he's going to say yes. And I'll say, would you take this for both? And he, it's something like this that he's been lugging around and putting on a table forever.
Happy to see it go.
So I was like, all right. And then I had to walk with it. And I was like, and then every single person is like, what the hell's that? And I was like, I don't know. Well, anyway,
that's cool. Man. I don't know what that is. That's cool.
And there's Velcro.
It obviously, I think it is, but I think it's a movie like the Walker and his buddies make.
100%.
Although, I mean, we live here.
That's the other thing.
You never know.
That's the other thing. Like,
is that like from Life Force? You never know.
Right. Like, what could it? But my thing is, I don't like. I guess I'll take. I did like 2 seconds of research when I got it. I have not done anything more. I'm wondering now. I didn't look up like powder blue.
Can you tilt it so I can see the top? No, the other way. Yeah, okay. So it's so funny. That's so weird because I had is it just that vacuum form plastic, the blue part, or is it thicker than? Do you think?
Oh, it's pretty thick, and then it's got like a piece of foam in the top.
Yeah, somebody actually made that into something.
Correct. It was something prior,
but the like bit in the back is like.
Yeah, so this was.
I wonder if somebody made that themselves because the top. I don't know.
Well, anyway, this is all velcroed in.
Oh, really?
But this is this is all Velcro.
Uh-huh.
And then this is is black. So obviously this is the well. I'm gonna bring it to you.
Let me go get my 2001 helmet, and I'll show you like how random that is.
Okay. Dead air. Oh, okay. Yeah, all right.
So the cool part is the top.
Okay.
Of your thing.
Yours is that one's visually different. So I can definitely tell that one's like.
So see, it's got like kind of a point on it.
Yep, I see your point. Mine's more of like a wave.
Yeah, so that's cool. And then the back is this thing.
Okay.
It's so pretty specifically. It's got an antenna.
Yep, 100%.
So it's not what I originally thought it was. I had a vacuum form like cheap version of this when I was younger and broke.
It doesn't feel cheap. It doesn't.
No, I know that somebody made that for something.
Yeah, so I'm like, my first thought was like, it's either
says. He's paying attention to us finally. I'm printing a Horgon now. Can't believe I never have. I would assume you had like 5 or 6 of them just kicking around.
My assumption is it was maybe like a welding, or something like that. But again, it's like the shape is odd. It's just it's. I don't know.
Well, it's so close to the 2001 helmet, but like science fiction guys have been doing that forever. Like one of the reason the visor tilts down like this is because the studio lights will reflect down, and instead of or whatever's in front of the actor, it won't be seen. It'll reflect down, and so they've done that for like they did that in the mission to Mars.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people are like, oh, look, the 2001 helmet. So I got a feeling somebody just made that.
Yeah,
maybe in a class or something, and just was like, oh, I'll just kind of dope it close. And then I really like that color, dude.
The color is so awesome.
I'm gonna find out what that is.
All right, well, Larry, this is yours. So next time I see you, it's coming to you. So.
I'll give you $100 with President Schwarzenegger on it.
Well, you're getting that too. So, and just tell Mimi I'm sorry. That's
No, she'll think that's awfully sweet of you. That's what she'll say.
All right.
Oh, cool. That was sweet of Steve. He's a sweet guy. Yeah, I know. He listens to me 8 hours at a time, all the way down to San Diego.
I love it. That's my highlight.
Walker will like tell her like, you don't even understand.
They just sit
just talk to each other 8 hours straight. And I'm like,
oh, come on. He talks to a little bit, but yeah, hey, I've said this now for how many years? That's like that's like the highlight of my year.
Me too.
Because it's such like
it's fun.
It's me deflating deflating the balloon.
Yeah, I gotcha.
It's like we chat all the time. But then it's also like that period of time where we chat about other random things that normally don't come up in our normal conversation.
Yeah. We talk about life stuff on the way down.
Yeah, 100%. And Walker partially listens, and then sometimes. So anyway,
yeah.
Should we call it?
Let me just say we've been really enjoying the morning show.
Oh, okay.
Like I don't know if you like super soapy stuff.
That's Reese Witherspoon. That's Lauren's favorite.
So Jennifer Aniston.
Is
guy played Dr. Manhattan. I can never remember his name.
Billy Crudup.
Yeah, he's fantastic in it. He basically plays Loki. Like,
oh, really? That's kind of cool.
Yeah. He just comes in and like does crazy shit. Like what when they write it, they're like, what can we do here? They say he really needs to blow stuff up. Why doesn't he just sleep with both of those girls at different
Oh, crazy. So
you
it's
know,
like
it's like
kind of like madness.
nothing makes any sense. He just comes on and like blows everything up for a couple episodes.
That's funny.
It's
That's
great.
awesome. All right, morning show.
Anyway.
All right. Well,
Morning show's
last
good. I've been loving Below Deck Mediterranean. I can't even explain that. And the British baking show.
is that a good one?
You watch that before you go to bed. I get totally invested because it's not one of those stupid American game show things. Just a bunch of people. You know what we're gonna do? We got these two big shots that are gonna give you tasks.
That's cool.
And hey, make a tart. And then everybody makes a tart and they choose the best one, and then somebody has to leave. And then everybody goes, man, your tart was the best. And the only reason you're leaving is because somebody had to go. And, and it's like there's no stakes at all, but there's a competition.
Yeah.
So you get favorites, and you're like, oh, that guy's kind of a jerk. And that girl's cute. I hope she never leaves. And she's the first one to go. Because they kind of do it real. It's great. I like it.
And it's all inclusive. It's not like you're waiting for episodes to show up. You can kind of sit and watch the whole.
Well, now because they're on like year 17.
Okay.
So I'm not. We're nowhere close to getting up to present, but it doesn't matter. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's you just watch the season, and then there's like 10 people, and at the end, one of them won. Way to go! Did they win money, a car? No, you just get to say you won this thing in the.
You won the season. That's
everybody's still friends, and they say, "Hey, what happened at the end? Oh, these two guys were hanging out, and these guys started a candy shop together."
Oh,
and
interesting.
Guys, it's just so fucking wholesome that it's great to go to bed. Like we used to watch like Rescue Me or The Sopranos, and
right? It's a little more light, more light. Yeah. You're on the edge, and then you're trying to like relax.
Like, geez, this is Giuseppe's doing really well. I think this is the first time I've rooted for an Italian guy.
That's
I mean, it's like that. It's like, oh, Jurgen is very good. How come he can't do German chocolate? That's crazy. The guy is German. I mean, that's the level. Oh, well, I'll go to sleep.
Yeah. See, I appreciate that. That's our normal go-to background noise is Amazon. If Amazon Prime has Amazon TV, and if you find there's an Iron Chef channel.
Oh yeah.
So we always turn that on, and it's always like it's a 24/7. There's that many Iron Chef episodes.
That's awesome.
That you could run a channel that is just the Iron Chef, and it's fascinating because I can't imagine there's that many episodes. But every time I turn it on, I'm like,
it's a new one.
How have I never seen this one? And it's like, or there are 9. You know what it is? It's the greatest joke that was ever in a cartoon was the Rick and Morty one, where ever see the television channel one?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sure Walker has. You can ask him about it. Yeah. Essentially, the episode is like Rick and Morty are honestly like he hooks up the cable, but it's like alien cable, and it's just them watching television shows throughout like the multiverse universe stuff. It's madness, but it's also like what I feel like every time I turn on the Iron Chef TV channel, because I'm like, haven't I seen every episode? How are they making more episodes? Right. How are they making more episodes? Anyway. Here's
one for you. I'm getting ready. Walker's coming. We're gonna go see Running Man. I'm so excited.
Oh, nice.
But Edgar Wright, I saw some Edgar Wright press, and he was saying inspirations for this. And he mentioned this Canadian movie from 2011 called Series 7: The Contenders. Have you ever heard of it?
I've seen that. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Okay. I got really excited about
on
that.
DVD.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. I think it's actually it was on VHS. I used to have it on VHS.
Yeah, you can buy it. I went and looked, but then I found it on YouTube. It's just the whole movie's on YouTube. So yeah, I'm gonna go watch that tonight.
Yes, it's solid. I don't
Will Arnett is the whole thing. He says it plays like clips from a whole season.
Correct.
The Series 7. I'm like, all right, give me that movie. That's great. I'll watch that.
That's pretty spectacular because it's like, if I remember, it was like a Survivor.
Yeah.
It was around that time, and it was around the time when like all that shit was hitting the screen, like all the reality show stuff.
Yeah.
And
so
it was
the
like,
commentary.
all right, well, we're not going to do a reality show. We'll do like a reality show where they're essentially killing one another, and we'll make a movie. And it came. I might have even still been working at the video store when that came out.
In 2011, really?
Is it 11? It's got
I
to be
don't know.
earlier
I
than
think
that.
that's what they said.
You could be right. But
there was one from 1965. I got kind of confused because I was like, "Oh my god, that's the one I really want to watch," but I can't remember what he said.
Not Most Dangerous Game.
No, but it was, it's along those lines. But it was like like European fashion, the 60s supermodels. He showed some clips from it in the press, and I was like, "Oh fuck yeah, man!"
Edgar Wright, Running Man, Inspo. Well, I need to know what this is right now. He has a movie recommendation or 5. Let's see. What does he say?
It was it was just a junket that he mentioned Series 7 in as well.
Okay. I will.
I'll just go back and try to find it. It's in my recently viewed of YouTube. So
yes, please find out what it is. Oh, nope.
It's going to take me less than 2 seconds. I just have to go upstairs.
Don't Look Now.
I don't know.
No, that's a horror film.
You could tell me, and I would.
No, look it up. And
I remember the images, like all the girls in the pop art dresses, but like cool ray guns and like weird sunglasses. I was like,
find it, and please show it to me. So.
Okay.
Awesome. Well, Larry, as always, man.
Yeah,
awesome.
thanks, Steve. Always, yeah.
And tell the young man, I'm happy he's back in the.
We might go up and drive and see you and Mark and just not tell you, just like banging your door.
Well, just
Walker's here.
Just give me. I work next week, but just give me a heads up, and I'll pretend I'm sick or something. So
all right, yeah,
cool. Awesome, man. Well, say hi to Walk and Mimi, and I'll chat with you on Messenger in about 20 minutes. So
all right, thanks, Chris Sagasag too, man. Always
yes, thanks guys for listening.
Yeah, see you in 10 minutes. I love that.
Yeah.
It's true.